5 things I would do if I was starting out as a virtual assistant. I've been a virtual assistant now for 5 years. I'm going on to my 6th year. First, fully know and understand the skills I want to offer to clients. I would, before I even think about anything else, this is what I would do first. I would first understand the skills I want to offer, what I'm comfortable with, and what I know that if I show up for a client and this is what they want from a VA, I can deliver the best quality deliverables or the best quality results for them. I can solve that specific pain point with this skill set of mine. It does not matter whether it's project management or things like admin support or email marketing. Just look for those skills that you are actually good at or that you want to learn and be good at, and lock in with those ones. Be crystal clear about them before you even think about anything else. That is what I would do before anything else. Then two, after understanding that, I would do my research to know where and how to get clients. How do virtual assistants get clients? How do remote workers get clients? Where do they even get them? So I would sit down after knowing my skills, then I would sit down and do market research. I would first of all understand, do they get them from specific communities? Do they get them from job boards? Do you have to be on LinkedIn? Do you have to do something for you to be able to get those clients? That is what I would research. And if possible, if I know a virtual assistant or a remote worker who has been out there and I know them, I would, maybe a friend or maybe someone in my network, I would reach out to them and ask them, how do you get these clients and where do you even find them? What do you do to be able to get hired? Like, how do you go about the whole thing? If I know someone, I would definitely reach out to them, because that is also part of your research. When you know someone and you can reach out to them and they are willing to share that information with you, I would also do that. Number three, I would be open to working remote volunteering roles just to build my portfolio. I would be open to whether it's an internship role, call it whatever you want, but I would be open to that so that I gain experience and I build my portfolio. Because at the end of the day, getting a paying client immediately when you're starting out, it is not easy. And we need to be very real about that. But it is kind of easy to get someone to volunteer for in exchange for a testimonial. And while you are volunteering for them, you are building your portfolio for future paying clients. Because most of the times those paying clients, they want you to show something that you have actually ever done what you are saying you want to do for them. So I would be able to sit down and build my portfolio through volunteering roles, through internship roles. That is what I would do. I would be very open to it. I would have an open mind about that. However, I wouldn't do it for more than 2 months. I wouldn't do it for more than 3 months at most, that volunteering role. But at the end of the day, you are building your network with that client that you're volunteering for. You are adding her in your network or him in your network. You're also building your portfolio. And on top of that, you are gaining experience, real life experience with a real client. Number four, I would not sit on having a social media presence. A lot of remote workers are sitting on this, and I feel like it's one of the biggest assets we can have. It does not matter whether you're in the remote workspace or you're a normal, regular office work, no matter the aspect of life you're in, having a social media presence is very important. So I wouldn't sit on that, because I would look at it as a medium to show my skills, to show my services to potential future clients. Personally, I would pick a platform like LinkedIn. Why? Because it is a text-based platform. It also had a video feature where you can post videos, but I would pick LinkedIn because it is easier to start, mostly if you're not good with sitting in front of a camera and talking about yourself, what you have to offer and everything. I would start with LinkedIn, post text-based content, so that I position myself as someone who is good in these skills and who can offer them to future clients and showcase what I have done before, what I am working on, what I am learning, so that if a potential client in future comes across my content, they can see I have been putting myself out there and I have done what they are possibly looking for. Okay, so I would choose a platform like LinkedIn, but you don't have to choose LinkedIn. You can choose what you are comfortable with. You can do Instagram, you can do TikTok, you can do Pinterest, depending on if maybe you're a Pinterest manager or you want to offer Pinterest managing services, you can also do that. So that is what I would do as my number four. Number five, I wouldn't overthink about having certificates. I wouldn't overthink about enrolling into a course training courses, degrees. Clients do not care. They don't care whether you have a degree or not. The only thing they care about is, can you solve my specific pain point right now? Can you solve the specific problem I have right now? I need someone to take care of my travel planning so that I don't have to think about that. Can you do that? They don't care whether you have 10 certificates about it. They don't care whether I have 15 certificates about it. As long as it's something you can show them, as long as it's something you can show them you have done before or you can do, they do not care whether you have a degree. I've actually never come across a client who asks for my degree. I've never come across a client who asks for the certificates I have. Those job descriptions are there, those clients are there, where they ask certificates here and there, but it's not common. So I wouldn't really overthink about how many certificates do I have, how many courses should I enroll into, how many degrees do I have, do I even have a degree? I wouldn't think about that because clients do not care. They just want you to solve that specific problem at that specific time. And if you show you can do that, that is all they need from you. That, honestly, that is all. So don't overthink about that aspect of enrolling into 5 different courses to get certificates. They don't care, but it helps. I'm not saying do not enroll into courses. All I'm saying is it wouldn't be something I would focus on when I'm starting out as a virtual assistant, but it helps. Once you enroll into courses, it definitely helps you to keep on learning, to continue learning. You can also put it on your portfolio eventually. Once you have gotten that certificate, it increases your credibility. When you have that certificate and you maybe place it on your portfolio or your website or whatever you want to call it, it increases your credibility, but it does not necessarily mean that just because you have that certificate, you will automatically get the job. No, there are a lot of VAs who have certificates and are still finding it hard to even get jobs. And then there is me who doesn't have more than 2 certificates and I'm getting clients. So I wouldn't focus on that a lot. However much eventually, as I continue to learn, as I continue to build myself in the remote workspace, I would definitely have certificates here and there, but it's not a priority. So that is what I would do if I was starting out as a virtual assistant, as a remote worker. I'm personally in Uganda, and those are the things that have helped me to be able to get clients, to be able to sign clients. So even your location, I wouldn't even think about it because clients do not care. They just want you to show up, deliver the deliverables, work on the deliverables you said you would submit or you said you would do for them, and that's it. As long as it's good quality work, they do not care about the location. A lot of my clients are from the US, some of them are from Australia, some of them are from Canada. I have a client from Panama. So honestly, location should not limit you. Okay, so think about this. If it helps, I hope it helps, but that is what I would do if I was starting out as a virtual assistant or as a remote worker.